Hey, Shalom Israel, Most High in Christ bless you. Hey, it's that time again. We need you to subscribe to the IUIC Phoenix YouTube page, all right? So make sure you go ahead and subscribe right now. We need your help. Shalom.
When you look in the mirror, what do you feel? Fearlessness, austerity, masculinity, godliness. But what does your beard say about you? Get definitive results with the bold, natural sense from the manly badge of dignity beard oil and ignite the king in you, because it's important to look how you feel.
The book of Tobit, chapter 1 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
Furthermore, when I was come to the age of a man, I married Anna of my own kindred.
So you got to come to the age of a man. And the age of a man is when you're able to go to war, right? Which is 20 years old when you read the book of Numbers, right? So you got to become to the age of a man. Now, I was over there listening, you know what I mean, to the brother bring out something to you. You said that, and we being real, and we got to teach our young men, right? So, because I got a wife, I got kids, I got all that, right? So I've lived some life, right? So something I'm trying to teach you here is this what you said, and I want to process this thought with you. You said you smashed or you had sex with a young lady, right? But you say you're not ready for marriage. We got to examine that statement, because if you have sex, what can come from sex? Children, right? So you have to be able to take care of yourself first as a man before you can even get kids, right? So give me that's why when you come to our school, we building up men, just like my young son. He's growing up to be a man. I'm gonna teach him certain things so that way he knows that when he's ready to get out there, his mindset is already, I'm a man, and when I'm doing things that are of a man, I'm gonna conduct myself in a manly way. Meaning I'm going to take care of my house, take care of my kids, because I know that as a man, when I make certain decisions, there's consequences to the decisions that I make.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Give me that in 1 Corinthians real quick, 13 and 11. Is it? I put away childish things?
Yep.
I'll hit that on the head. Ooh, you got a precept. All praise.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 13 and verse 11.
Bring it out.
When I was a child, I spake as a child.
So you see that? When you're a child, you speak like a child, right? You know, and like I said, you growing up to be a man, but I have to point this out. You know what a child would say? I'm ready to have sex, but not be married. That's a childish thing. Because that's letting me know that the mindset is, yo, I'm not understanding that there's consequences that come with laying down with a young lady. But this is what you have to do when you come into manhood, when you're around men, and we're trying to raise you up to be a respectable young man and a God on this earth. This is what you gotta do.
I understood as a child. I thought as a child.
So that's when you're a child. When you have a child mind, you speak like a child, you think as a child, you understand as a child. Read.
But when I became a man,
So you gotta grow up and become a man.
That's
right. The man, and I'm gonna show you how you become a man. Watch this. Read.
I put away childish
When
things.
you become a man, you put away childish things,
Right.
childish thinking, childish speaking, childish behavior. You got it? Read this.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 2 and verse 2. I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man.
So this is almost like you know who King David is? So I'm gonna give you some biblical history real quick. King David was a king and he had a son named Solomon, right? This is him speaking to Solomon. He said he went all the way to the earth and he's talking to Solomon and he gave him game. He said, I need you when I die, I need you to be strong and show yourself a man. So he gonna show him how. Watch this.
And keep the charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments.
So what did he tell him to do? Keep his statutes, keep his commandments. What he was telling them was, you need to conduct yourself like a godly man.
That's right.
A godly man, if he gonna kick game to a sister, knowing the intention is to sleep with that sister, what did the Bible say? enticing a babe and you kicking game to her.
Right.
Right? Because the only reason you being that gentleman, you talking nice to her, what you talking to her for? You talking to her so that way you could get with the sister, right? But the mindset of how you should get with the sister shouldn't just be for sex. Right. It should be to entice her, to surely endow her to be your wife. Because you know when you take something precious from that sister, you know that you got to take care of that sister. You have a responsibility to that sister, right? That we should be thinking about when we are about to go inside of a woman, those consequences. Like, hey, when I go inside the sister, this is my sister. I'm not trying to make her a whore. I'm trying to take care of her, have kids with her. You understand what I'm saying? Raise up seed so that way when I die, I can leave behind somebody who leaves my legacy that's beautiful. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Read.
To keep the charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments, and his judgments, and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself.
So that's why you keep the commandments of God and you show yourself a man, because you'll prosper in everything you do. I'm going to tell you what happened to young men just like you. They have the mentality of, I'm going to go out and I'm going to try to get with all these females and bang them. And what happens? Getting one pregnant. Right. And then it'll be the one that's the damn demon, spawn, devil that don't want to let you see the kids, and you end up in a baby daddy situation. And what happens? You went to college, you built yourself up as a man, and what she do? She take all your money because she put you on child support.
All right, Mr. Eugene, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Honestly, Your Honor, I don't even know why I'm here. She wants an increase in child support, and I've been keeping our son for the past 3 years.
All right, so that's why you're here.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess, Your Honor.
You've been keeping your son for the past 3 years. Are you paying child support, or are you paying child support?
I'm paying child support.
Okay, so that's why you're here. You're trying to get off child support.
She wants an increase.
He live with you. Okay, I'll ask her to make sense of that for me. But for now, how old is your son?
10.
10 years old, lives with you. You take care of his expenses and everything like that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Health insurance?
Yes, Your Honor.
You mind if I move over to her really quick?
Please.
Because I need to make sense of why she filed this in court asking for an increase.
Well, I mean, I do buy things for my son, and it's expensive. And
all right, so does other parents. They buy things for their children, and it is expensive.
Yes.
So why are you here?
Well, I have a business to run, and I need his help in order to buy these things for our son.
Wait a minute. Your son lives with him?
Yes, now he does, yes.
Now, as in 3 years ago?
3 years.
That's not now. No, it's not. 3 years he's been living with him.
Yes.
So you want an increase in child support to do what exactly?
To help my son, to buy things for my son.
Right. You work, right?
Yes.
Where do you work?
I have my own business. I'm a caterer.
Caterer. How much are you making in your catering business?
About 400.
400 what?
1,000.
You came here to waste my time.
I make $40,000 a year, Your Honor.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's why you gotta put away childish things and think like a man. Because if you go and you prove a sister, you get to know her, you know that she's of the things of the Lord, you know how her spirit is, you know that she's wanting to take care of a kid. You gotta figure out all these things. Watch, give me Sirach 6 and 7 real quick. I'm gonna show you something real quick. I want to go through this with you because, man, you're a young man, so I want you to learn something today as you spoke with us, right? Read.
The book of Sirach, chapter 6 and verse 7.
Bring it up.
If thou wouldest get a friend,
Because before you can become a husband and wife, you gotta make her your friend first, right? So, but it gave you a prerequisite. It said, if thou wouldest get a friend, what should you do?
prove him first.
Prove her first. You shouldn't sleep with her first. What you should do, ask her questions, get to know her, to say, hey, is this sister godly? Is this sister willing to raise up a family? Does she know how to take care of the house? What did her mama teach her? You get what I'm saying? That's how you should be thinking before you even think about sleeping with a sister or doing anything like that. Rick?
And be not hasty to credit him.
Because you know what we do? We hasty to credit a sister. Oh, that's a good lady. I'm gonna lay down with her. And then you find out she ain't no good, and then you bounce to the next one. Because there's two things you're doing, right? You defiling yourself and you defiling her. God tells you don't defile your sisters, right? Would you want anybody to do that same thing to your mama, to your sister? You gotta look at it like that. We a whole nation of people, we family. So think about it. The Bible said, you ever heard the term love your neighbor as you love yourself? That's in the Bible. The Bible tells us we must love our neighbors are those people right there on that sign. So if you go with a sister, that's your neighbor, right? So if you love her like you love yourself, you have to look at it as family. Look at it like your mama, your sister, your auntie, right? So if you go and lay down with them, you wouldn't want no brother to go and lay down with your mama, your auntie, your sister, and just bang and dismiss her, right? So you can't have that same mentality. That's putting away childish things. You understand what I'm saying? All right, I hope you learned something today, bruh. And then you know when the Bible coming out, right? You got to take the hat off, right? When you praying, right? And look at the back of that flyer, young man. You see that? We got a school. Look at the bottom, the address, where you can learn more. Because we need young brothers like you. Before your mind goes fully into TikTok and Instagram and all this foolishness out there, you need to come back to your heritage and grow up to be a real man of God, right? You got a heavy responsibility. You almost at age of a man. You 1 year. When you gonna be 20? So that's next year. So you got 1 year and you gonna be a man. So you got work to do. You got some catching up to do. So guess what? You come to that school, you're gonna learn how to be a man by the commandments of God. What's your name, bro? Junior. All right, bro, we gotta go, but hey, Junior, give us a call, bro. How old are you, bro?
22.
22 years old. You see this man keeping the commandments?
Brother's actually 22 too.
You see that? You know, it's time. It's time to put away the childish things, Junior. And come on, all right? Be a holy man for your nation, all right?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models.